Continuing from last week's Sequoia National Park video, we now head into Kings Canyon from our camp stay at Hume Lake.
We've learned that to truly experience many of the national parks, you have to get out of the car and put some foot miles on. This said, our feet were a little tuckered from all of the hiking and walking on days prior, so we were hoping to take it a little easier. Thankfully, Kings Canyon and the route into it is an amazing place to experience by car with short walks to some amazing views and experiences.
As we moved deeper into the valley, we got closer and closer to the rushing waters of the South Fork Kings River. Shortly after we were right alongside it, we stopped at Grizzly Falls, which were still flowing nicely thanks to the snowmelt. Then we stopped to check out Knapp's cabin. Knapp was a wealthy businessman that traveled to the area frequently with guests for fishing and camping expeditions. In 1925, he had this cabin built to store equipment for these trips.
Next, we checked out the Roaring River Falls. While the falls can be heard from the parking lot, it takes a small walk along a paved path to experience the thunder and mist fully. Water flows the strongest during late spring to early summer, which we timed perfectly.
Soon, we found ourselves at the road's end, where we decided to make the short hike out to Muir Rock. From this rock overlooking a relatively quiet bend of the Kings River, he would address anyone who would listen, calling the Kings Canyon a yet grander valley and a rival of the Yosemite. These talks and the articles he wrote celebrating the area helped them in becoming the national parks we have today.
After Muir Rock, we headed back out the valley to hit the section that we'd missed earlier due to our start from Hume Lake, often stopping to gander again at the valley now in midday light.
Eventually, we made our way to the General Grant Grove, where we took another stroll among the giant trees. Beyond the 27-story Grant, there are other things to see, like the fallen monarch, which has served several purposes in its fallen life, such as a shelter for Native Americans and even a hotel and saloon from 1868 to 1870. The U.S. Cavalry even used it once as a stable for 32 horses. A bit further along the loop, Gamblin Cabin.
After the grove, it was time to find another campsite for the evening, to which we were very successful. Earlier I stated that Kings Canyon was an amazing place to experience via automobile. I stand by this, but this isn't to say that longer hikes are not worth it. In fact, we can see ourselves revisiting to take a backpacking trail or two for an even deeper immersion into this amazing landscape.
Well, that's a wrap on Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks.
That's right. Where are we off to next?
Yosemite National Park.
Yosemite. We'll see you there.